Approve na hapon po sa inyong lahat, mga kaibigan. Ako si Elaine Fuentes at inaanyayaan ko po kayong samahan nyo kaming muli at tulungan kayo. Sama-sama nating tuklasin ang mga pamamaraan tungo sa mga palatuntunan, proyekto o programa ng gobyerno, maging ng mga pribadong ahensya na sadya po namang ginawa para sa ating kapakinabangan. Ibahagi naman ang inyong reaksyon at suhestyon sa ating email at fanpage na naka-flash po ngayon sa inyong mga screen. Makilahok na kaibigan dahil ito ay programang para sa inyo. Dito walang alinlangan, dito ituturo namin ang mga pamamaraan. Ito ang approve, gawin natin to. Madalas nating naririnig ang word na gift o pasalubong o regalo. Dito sa ating palatuntunan for today ay ibabahagi natin sa inyo ang ibang klaseng gift at ang gift naman doon sa mga gifted. Isang organisasyon po ang ating makakasama kung saan naghahanap sila ng mga gifted Filipino. Marami tayong pagkukwentuhan ngayon kaya huwag kayong aalis, magbabalik ang approve. All gifts are precious, but there are some gifts that are just more precious than some. Join me in welcoming Dr. Leticia Ho, ang presidente po ng Philippine Center for Gifted Education, at saka si Kuya Nick. Mamaya natin sasabihin ang buong pangalan niya. Pero yung nakikita ninyo na paminsan-minsan ay sinusulyapan ng ating mga camera, that's his gifted hand doing something that is going to be a gift later on in the program. Magandang hapon.
Magandang hapon.
How are you po?
Okay naman.
Okay. Mukhang okay nga kayo.
Okay. Nakakatuwa kasi yung chance na ma-air ang advocacy ng center. It's really a pleasure and a privilege.
Okay, I started the show talking about gifts, no? At ang inyong organisasyon, ang full name ng inyong organization ay Philippine Center for Gifted Education. Could you tell me more about it?
The PCGE, as we call it, is a non-profit, non-government organization. It is non-profit.
Right.
And it is surviving through the good nature and kindness and generosity of a few people pa lang.
Right.
And originally, it was intended to be a government center which will get the Filipino gifted and develop them to the maximum they can. But it was kind of difficult to get legislation in. So after 14 years of trying, I said, let's make it try.
14 years?
14 years.
Okay.
And
that's almost one lifetime.
I know. Tumanda ako doon. Okay. So I decided to approach some people, and it was so easy to get funds from them. And so we started it a year ago. We're 2 years this year, second year. And we try to look for the Filipino gifted. And our emphasis is on the disadvantaged sector. Okay. Because these children will find it very difficult to be identified as gifted, more so given the appropriate nurture.
Right.
Yeah. And we also have a second advocacy, which is what we call the twice exceptional population.
Okay.
These are those people, children, adolescents, even adults, who are gifted but have disabilities like autism.
Right. Nico is smiling so brilliantly right now. I can see it from the side of my eyes. Yeah, but the gifted, no? Dalawa yung sinabi mo na advocacy. Yung isa, naghahanap kayo ng mga gifted talaga. Plus, yung mga nasa disadvantaged sector of society. I understand that and I am in full support of you kasi marami talagang mga gifted na maintindihan natin yung mga may kaya, no? They can buy all the materials to express their art and their gift. Pero makikita mo, sometimes doon sa mga depressed areas, they get a piece of food and they can transform it into a piece of art.
Really wonderful.
So, that's what you're talking about. Okay. Meron ka rin binanggit, ma'am, yung twice, what is that?
Exceptional, the twice exceptional population.
Okay. Could you define for me what twice exceptional
they
part
call
of the
twice
population?
exceptional because the first exceptionality, which we assume as the base, is being gifted.
Okay.
So the second exceptionality would be some learning issues like those with autism.
Okay.
So we have autistic gifted, like one pianist.
Oh, yes.
And we have those with Asperger's syndrome.
Okay.
And we have those with ADHD,
Right.
those who have this physical disabilities, sensory disabilities, and we have many of them.
And the OCDs
The
also?
OCDs,
Right.
and yeah, and all other psychiatric concerns and
Right.
issues, but they are basically gifted.
Right. You were talking, we were talking earlier kanina sa makeup room, no? Sabi mo, pagka mayroong ganong condition, psychological condition, psychiatric condition, minsan, like autism, ang lumalabas lang yung autism because hindi nabibigyan ng chance na lumabas yung the genius behind it,
Yes.
no? If you don't mind me asking, how did you get into this advocacy?
Oh, actually, I started working first with ADHD population
Right.
because it seems to run in the family. And eventually, I realized that many of those I was working with were actually gifted,
Okay.
but they were not seen as gifted.
Right.
And a lot of the other people I met were actually known more for the behavioral problems.
Okay.
And upon working with them, the gift came out. And then I realized that, yeah, there's something in this population that has to be brought out.
Right.
And I also work with those with autism. And I've had kids who've grown up and have shown their gift in different areas. So I started getting more and more into gifted education
Okay.
because it's really not that well developed yet in the Philippines.
Would you mind it if I said na you gave birth to a lot of artists?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
One of whom is...
Yeah. One of whom is seated here beside Doktora, si Mr. Nick Rodis. Hi, Nick.
Hello po, ma'am.
Okay, busy ka dyan
Oo nga po,
Nahihirapan ka ba?
Nag-enjoy po ako sa mukha niyo.
Ay, okay. Nick, ang tawag niya kanina kay Doktora is nanay-nanayan. Okay? Because he is one of the gifted Filipinos that you found. Mamaya ng konti, mga kaibigan, we don't even need to say it. Hindi natin kinakailangan i-verbalize kasi ipapakita lang natin sa inyo. Wala tong daya, wala tong camera trick, ha? You saw him starting and then you will see him finish in just a couple of minutes. We have a very limited time period. Mamaya makikita ninyo kung paano niya i-capture more than any photograph can ever do.
Yeah.
Ang inyong lingkod, titingnan natin. At sabi niya, usually pagka ganito, ang pinaka-reward niya ay yung opinion ng kanyang audience. Kaya kayo yon mga kaibigan.
Ma'am, kinikilabutan na ako. Ano na yung mata niyo?
mo.
Ganon. Yeah, kanina pagpasok niya palang sabi niya, your eyes. Sabi ko, what about my eyes? Sabi niya, mamaya. Mamaya titignan din natin yan, Doktora. Before we take a break, mamaya pag-uusapan natin, Doktora, how you can be assisted by this association, this organization, and how you can also help probably, no, if you have the means na linangin yung mga gifted Filipinos. Mamaya merong sasabihin si Doktora sa inyo. Kinuwento niya na sa akin, yung gifted child na ang tawag natin ay Renaissance man kasi kaya niya lahat, mathematics, language, sculpting, painting, sketching, lahat kaya niya. Ikukwento ni Doktora yan kaya magkagalis, magbabalik po ang APRUB.